So I wanted to hop into like a bit of a darker subject, I guess. So KB, I don't know if you heard, like I guess you might have heard throughout the week with the news that's been coming out, but Jimmy Hayes, he has a brother in the NHL. What's his name? He plays for Philly, but I'm forgetting his name. But anyways, Jimmy
Kevin.
Hayes, huh?
Kevin.
Kevin Hayes? Yeah, Kevin
Mm-hmm.
Hayes. You're right. So Jimmy Hayes, he passed away over the summer, and like we didn't talk about it because it happened like before we restarted the season. But Jimmy Hayes passed away of a heart attack or like heart failure during the summer, I believe, and it recently came out that he was actually like on some substances, cocaine and other drugs. So here, let me see if I can pull up exactly what happened to him. Actually, KB, I'll let you pull that up for me while I kind of like go through it. But
Yeah,
um,
it's fentanyl and cocaine you're talking about.
bro, you see this guy right here. You see how he already had it ready to go. Yo, my God, why were you letting me like tread water over there? You could have assisted me.
Yo, I'm your psychic. You're supposed to know all this stuff, bro. I was
So
waiting for you to look at me and be like, yeah, with the information, my guy.
yeah, so it was cocaine and fentanyl, right? So
Yes, sir.
usually that information wouldn't have been put out there, but his wife actually put it out because she wanted people to be aware of basically the mental state of athletes. And like obviously like me and KB have both participated in athletics, competitive guys. We
Mm-hmm.
understand, but think about like you going home and being upset that you had a shit game, and then maybe like your dad being upset at you for having a shit game. Now turn that into like a whole city, or like, you know what I mean? A whole city being upset at you, and like, um, the toll it has on your body. You know what I mean? Like you literally have like your ankle hurts like crazy,
Yeah.
but you have a
Mm-hmm.
job to go do, and you still gotta go hop out and play on that every time. And like I know people are gonna say like, yo, boo hoo, they're making millions, like screw
Yeah.
them.
As
Um,
if, like their mental don't matter, their
Yeah,
body,
as
their
if they're not
whatever.
human, right?
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, listen, I get that they're making money, but like it's clear, and there's a few stories, right? We heard about Ben Simmons in Philly.
Mm-hmm.
We've also heard about like Lukaku, who says he doesn't want to play. Like I know you feel a little bit different about that one, but we're hearing a lot of more stories. Like we heard about Demar when he came out, Kevin Love, like a
Mm-hmm.
lot more stories about mental health. Robin Leonard's another good one. Like Robin Leonard for the
Yeah.
NHL has been doing a lot for mental health. Um, and he recently came out for Jack Eichel too, saying that like the drugs that they give us to are kind of like messed up. Like you know what I mean? Like some of the drugs the
Yeah.
team doctors will give you, and like he
Mm-hmm.
literally said like my foot is still effed up because they told me like keep playing on it and like just have these pills and you'll be okay, and my foot still hasn't like healed properly from back then. And then I'm like, oh shoot, like he's exposing like the backgrounds of these teams. So
Yeah.
um, so basically, Jimmy Hayes' wife put this out. First of all, like recipes Jimmy Hayes. Like it's sad whenever any young person passes away, but obviously when they're in the public eye, it has a
I
more
just, I
wide
just
range.
like,
Go ahead.
yeah, like you said, like I feel like it is sad, but I don't think, like I don't know, I'm not okay with the fact that she came out and said, "Oh, blah, blah, it was fentanyl, it was cocaine." Like I feel like there's you could have said it a different way. I guess like was that okay to be mentioned? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
I guess. I mean, I think she mentioned it like she had an intention. You know what I mean? The intention
yeah,
was to speak about like that mental health in sports and be like, hey guys, look, this is what happened to him, and this is why this
yeah,
happened to him. Because
because
when
now.
go
Yeah,
ahead.
like yeah, because now like because like now the media just takes that as like that's why he died. Like right now this article is like fentanyl and cocaine contributed to the death of NHL player Jimmy Hayes, and it's like, bro, like like I from the looks of it, like to me it's all mental. Like he was going through a whole lot of pressure. There's a whole lot of shit going on in his life, this that whatever. But now we're just using the drugs as a like that makes it look like is the drugs. You know what I mean? Like I don't know how to say this, but
I get
I
what you're
don't know. It
saying.
just
There's
feels.
like the negative connotation with drugs, but I think
Mm-hmm.
like but I think that's kind of why she put it out. I think she wanted like people to be like shocked, like because
Aware, yeah.
until now, all of us thought like, oh, it was just like a heart attack. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
he didn't. It wasn't a question of mental health, right? It was kind of just a question
Mm-hmm.
of like his body failed him. It happens to people sometimes, right? Like even
Yeah,
young,
yeah,
healthy. You could be the young, most healthy person. You never know if you're gonna wake up tomorrow. Like something could happen to you, right? So that's what
yeah,
we thought. We're just like, oh, it's just like something just happened. That's it, right? But now we
yeah.
know he died because of this. Like he died for this reason, and this reason is important. So you guys need to know about it. And I think that's what she was trying to do. Like there's even like Montreal. First of all, Montreal's record to start the season, they haven't won a game. Like not to bash them, but
You just
but
wanna you just wanna shit on the Canadians for fun, bro.
I
This
mean
is what
I'm
this is what Leafs
it's
fans do for living, bro.
it's not the time to do that right now with the topic at
Yeah.
hand, but like they don't have Carey Price for the season, because Price had to clock. He decided to take the 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 mental health like time away. Um,
Mm-hmm.
there's an option or something when under the NHL guidelines, the NHLP has like basically you can go into like therapy and like leave the game for a little bit to take care of your mental. So
Mm-hmm.
Price left. I'm assuming probably, him being old and career coming almost to an end, and the Montreal Canadiens made it to the Stanley Cup final. He has no ring, and they lost. They got swept, right? I think, or like gentleman sweep. They only won one game. I think obviously that has like a huge mental. Imagine like like you're the highest paid player, you're the star of the team, you're the goalie, like the most stressful position. You guys finally make it to the Stanley Cup final in your career. Your career is gonna end soon, and you lost. Like we
Yeah.
all knew you were gonna lose, but for you don't think that. Like you know what I mean. For you, it's like
Mm-hmm.
I failed. You know what I mean? Like I lost, especially on the keeper. You know what I mean? Like there's no position where you would feel that more. We saw the way Jack Campbell was crying in that documentary, right? Like when the Leafs
Yeah.
lost. So like
Yeah.
as the keeper, you feel that immense pressure, and that's my guess as to why Carey Price had to step away from the game for a little bit. And also Montreal's a messed up place. Like Montreal media for the Canadians is ridiculous. Like like Larry, you're in your hotel and they're taking pictures of you from outside and stuff. Like they you can't have space. Like
This
so.
is crazy to me because I don't know about you, but as a kid, you always dreamed to be like a professional athlete and all that bullshit. And then now
But
you
there's
hear
annoyances
like
that come with it. You know what I mean?
yeah, like now you hear like the stress that they have to go through, that the mental health is now getting taken seriously, and it's
Mm.
like, damn, like yeah, like like a lot of respect to these athletes. Grateful for us to be able to watch the sports. I'm grateful to be able to see from to sit right here in my seat and be able to watch them. But at the same time, it's like damn, like they do go through a whole lot of stuff that we were not aware of, and we just have to what's the word? Show a little bit more empathy.
Yeah, it's like we forget the human sometimes, and it becomes like, yo, you're an asset and you need to perform, and like la la la
Mm,
la, and like,
yeah.
yo, man, I was literally just talking about how Matthews and Marner have not been playing the best, and like how Nick Ritchie needs to be removed from his line. Like, there's a lot of like background stuff to that, and the pressure that Ritchie feels, and etc. Right? So,
Mm,
but like, I also have to, as this is what we do here. We comment on the sports. We have to like be real about it and like actually
yeah.
comment on the sport itself, and that's just part of sports, right? Like so. I agree with you. Like for me, I would like to be like if I was gonna make it to any league, I'd want to be like a player like a Michael Bunting. You know what I mean? It's like I don't have any like super standout features. I'm not a superstar. It's like even if you do know me, like you might not recognize me outside without equipment. Like you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
so you could kind of go a little inconspicuous. But if you're like if you or I saw Austin Matthews in the street, we're definitely gonna be like, oh shit, that's Austin Matthews. We might even like I always want to avoid going up to people and be like, yo, like, let me have a pic or something. But, like, who
Mm-hmm.
knows? In that moment, like, it's Austin Matthews. You might be like, yo, dude, I don't know, sign my butt. Like,
Alright, yo.
I'm just playing.
Alright,
I'm just
yo.
playing.
Alright, yo. Y'all got it on record, yo. Y'all got it on record, yo.
I was like, yo, what's the funniest? Like, I was going to say sign my forehead, but I'm like, yo, I think I could go funnier than that. But,
Yeah. But yeah, no, I get what you're saying though. I get what you're saying. Sometimes you see an athlete. Like I remember one time I was at Yorkdale and I saw PJ Tucker and I was really like he was in his element. Like he was shopping, just walking around and stuff. And I was just like, kid, do I want to go up to him and ask him for a picture? I didn't because he looked like a regular human who was just shopping.
You
Just
didn't want people to get attracted to like
yeah,
people.
like and yeah, he was just walking around, so he was by himself. But I noticed him being who he is, and it's just I just let him be a human. And once again, I don't until this day I don't know why I did that. Like I wish I went for a picture, but it's like
I mean, hey man, like when I was working at like Sports Check, I saw Masai Ujiri and I didn't bug him. Like like
yeah,
I
like
helped I
it's
helped out what's her name? I always forget Christina Aguilera, I think. Yeah.
yeah. You told me about that.
So I helped out Lily Christina Aguilera and her daughter, and I just like, and everybody on the mic was like, "Yo, bro, do you know who you're helping and stuff?" I'm like, "Yeah, but like, I'm gonna treat her like a regular human being because I just feel like
Yeah,
it's kind of be messed up to be like." I'm gonna be honest. There's a few people on this planet where I wouldn't be able to contain it. You know what I mean? Like Ovi, like I don't care. Like I'm sorry, Ovi. Like I'm getting a picture. I'm getting a signature. I'm doing whatever. By the way, we're going to watch a Capitals Leafs game. Do you want my Caps jersey or are you gonna go in the Leafs jersey?
that's a really good question actually.
Because
I don't know.
I feel like it might be a vibe, like especially if we're gonna like film a clip or something, like to be in both team jerseys. So I don't know. I'll leave it up to you. The Capitals jersey fits me kind of tight, like the new Adidas jerseys. I don't like them. They're like more of like a stretchy like slim fit. So uh, it's an Ovi jersey from when they won the Stanley Cup.
When's that
So
game? When's that game?
April 14th. It's in a minute from now.
Oh, like I got time, yo. I'm not
Yeah,
doing my outfit for that. Yeah.
it's far away, far as hell, but it's gonna be one of those where we forget all about it, and then when the day comes, we're gonna be like, oh, bro, oh shit, this is the week.
I'm actually really amped to be honest with you.
I am too. I am too. I am too. I've never seen Ovi play live, so it's gonna be. Even I'm considering like, should I wear the Cavs jersey or the Leafs jersey? Like I was thinking about it. Like I was like thinking, should I go Caps jersey, Leafs hat? But then I'm like, nah, I'll just go in the Leafs jersey. um, but yeah, so uh, all we kind of got a little bit sidetracked there, but like yeah, just I think the mental health side of things has become more prominent with these athletes and like in general in society now. And I think it's just sometimes you got to take that a little bit seriously, right? Like you look at the Ben Simmons situation, and then as much as we've been clowning him and stuff, like part of me like always in the back of my mind is like, yo man, is he doing okay? Like what I mean? Like how is he mentally? Because it's probably kind of tough, especially when your teammate and coach are throwing you under the bus like that. Like Kyrie, like that's why I respect his decision.
Mm-hmm.
Even when he needed a little bit of time away from the game, I respect his decision. I might not like the way he goes about it or how like sometimes he'll like provoke the media and like some fans, but like I get that he
Yeah.
does that just for them to kind of see where he's coming from. But like that's a whole
Yeah.
other story. But you guys get what I'm saying. Like sometimes you gotta understand that like they are human. Like we see them as like these great athletic gods, and but they're still human.
Mhm.
You feel like
Same.
we said we touched what we need to touch on KB, or is like there's something you want to add
Yeah.
there?
No. When it comes to, I mean, where like the next topic is still mental health related, right?
Yeah. So the
So
Lukaku situation you want to talk
yeah,
about?
yeah, exactly. So like
Because
once
your
again,
initial reaction was kind of like, yo, bro, like what's wrong with you? But like,
I mean, of course, like to me, it's like we just signed you. You came out here to prove a point that you deserve to be in the prem. Because the last time you was in the prem, you weren't looked at the way you said you deserve to be looked at. So now we put you on the pitch, and then I understood that he went to the coach saying he was overplayed, but apparently his our coach, my Monsieur Thomas Tuchel, came out with a statement saying that Lukaku was looking like he had a mental fatigue. That's why he felt overplayed and all that. So to
mm,
me, it does. At first, it was one of those where like, oh, you came to prove a point. You can't. There's no such thing as you being overplayed right now. But I looked over the games. I looked over the coach's statements, and it does make sense. He has been playing almost every single game since he showed up. Every 90 minutes since he showed up, and there's a whole lot of pressure being, within that blue jersey. So I understand, and it's like for me, initial reaction, it's like damn, like yeah, like nah. I look back and it's like damn, like mental fatigue. Even me as a human being, you know what I mean? Like mental fatigue is a thing, but
it is.
it's like right now. I don't know. At that time, I was thinking like, bro, you're an athlete. Once again, you get paid millions. It's that you should be able to execute, but you're also a human being. Which like, if I had said that to Lukaku to his face, as of right now, I'd have been like, I'm sorry, my brother, like I'm, but nah. But seriously though, like I think it should be taken really seriously. It should be like looked over whenever it comes to professional athletes. I think they do deserve like like breaks and like whether if they don't want to play the game, they don't have to. But once again, like there's another argument like oh blah blah you get paid that much this that whatever. But no, money brings happiness. I thought that was already established by a lot of people. So I guess like just because they're on a bigger stage and they got more eyes on them, that's why we look at them like oh like but. Nah, I'm all for Lukaku sitting down. He sat down yesterday against Norwich, and it was still a slap up 7-0. Shout out my Chelsea boys. He sat down against Malmo, Champions League match day, whatever it was, which once again was another dub for nothing. Which once again, shout out my Chelsea boys. But hopefully that does him good, and he comes back stronger than ever because Lukaku, I need you, I need you, I need you. But nah, mental fatigue, mental health. I think it should definitely be taken seriously, more serious than it is. But
Yeah, well said, KB. I mean, like one thing I always think about is like, I played organized hockey for a very long time. And I'm not at all trying to compare myself to a professional athlete, but what I will say is the way I performed. My best games ever was when I was in my best moods ever. Like if I had a good week, if I saw like, my friends over the weekend had a good weekend, like stuff's going good at work. You know what I mean? Life's just good. Like
yeah,
I would have my best performances. I'd be out there scoring a hat trick and like getting like 2 assists and having an insane game, and like winning like like player of the game medal or something. Like those games would happen when I was in my best mood, and when I was in a bad mood, like stuff's not going well at home, relationships are not going well, the money ain't right. Like when stuff's just not going well in life, I would show up to the game and I'd be a shell, and I'd have people be like, "Hey, bro, like why are you not playing well today?" And it's like, man, like, and like I'd just be like, I don't know, I'm missing my shots, I'm this and that. But the reality is that background effect of like what's
yeah,
going on in your life affects your play. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's like you being upset about something, you might just grip that stick a little bit harder and like mess it up. Whereas like when you're relaxed, you can like it's all natural. It's like you're not thinking about it, right? So
yeah,
I think it's the same thing for top athletes, but like times like 100, right? Because there's all the extra added pressure of not just your teammates questioning why you're playing worse, but also fans. Like I look at someone like Jesse Lingard. You know what I'm saying? Like you
yeah.
saw how he was getting hated on when he was in Man U and he was playing like shit. Goes to where do you go?
West Ham or
West
Aston
Ham.
Villa.
Yeah. No, he went to West Ham. West Ham
West
United.
Ham. Yeah,
Guys showing out, and he came back to Man U, and he's actually playing well. Like since he's been back, like so.
yeah,
Man, like sometimes that's all it is. Like it's just like when stuff's not going well, like you can't perform to the highest levels. So, yeah, man. uh,
I just once again like I've said that before, and then like every single time I said that, it was kind of like taken as a joke. But I think like therapy and like mental health advocacy or whatever should be taken as seriously as like us paying taxes, because like yo bro, like no one really knows what's going on in your mind but you, and having not being forced to talk about it but having a platform to talk about it should be like mandatory, because yo man, like people go through things that sometimes they're not willing to talk about, and it affects the way they move, it affects the way they eat, the way they play their sports, the way they execute at work. It's just I just think it should be taken more serious
yeah, and especially with like what's been going on with the pandemic and stuff lately as well.
yeah,
So, me personally, I think every company should have a free like therapy, like access to therapy for free, for all of their employees. Like
yeah,
I think that should be a thing. Like in general, like for me, if I ever have my organization one day, like I'm gonna have free therapy available. Like I'll put that on the company tab, because I think it's like actually very much necessary. Like especially right now with the situation with the work from home and stuff, and being like so much in your own space and not having like too much live conversations and outside influence, right? So